AM 1260 KLYC, and it's your day on Thursday. Belongs to Phil Hutchinson. Now, Phil Hutchinson is the retiring CEO and the president of the McMinnville Area Chamber of Commerce, and after 6 years of dutifully serving in that position, he's moving on to possibly retirement or some such. Phil, thank you for all you've done for the McMinnville Area Chamber.
Thank you, Dave. I'm reaching that golden age of 66 in January, so I thought it was a good opportunity to sort of drift away, and what comes next, I'm not sure yet, but it'll be fun to explore.
So what do you point to as your biggest accomplishments that you've seen happen when you've been at the helm of the chamber?
My gosh, there's so many, it's hard to really specify in any one thing. I've been honored to have been hired. I had about 15 years experience with the chamber in Newport before I came over here. And although every chamber is so different, the one consistency is the quality of the great folks that you get to work with, both in your staff and in your leadership team and just in the membership too. So that's probably been a highlight, is just to see how McMinnville is different than Newport. Obviously a bigger community. I used to think that you wouldn't find another community that was more giving than the folks in Newport, but boy, certainly McMinnville, with all of the great service organizations and nonprofit groups that we have, and they all just, they thrive in an environment because it's such a great community. So that's been a highlight. We've obviously weathered some tough times during the 5 years and a half that I've been here, and I think it's safe to say that the chamber's never been stronger. So I think that's a great tribute to the strength of our leadership and our membership.
What are the strong points for McMinnville as people are looking for places to move to, maybe to move a business to, or just move, maybe retire?
Well, I think there's several things. I think number one, it's, again, compared to where I've been in the past, sometimes it's a larger community, and yet, and of course that comes with some of the additional services you get with bigger community, and yet it still has that real hometown feel. And I've said on many occasions since I moved here, I've been pleasantly surprised to find the high percentage of people who are natives, either born and raised here or came here for college or whatever and then decided to stay. Some have moved away, like a lot of us do, you know, when they say we got to get out of here, and then they realize when they get ready to start a family that there's not a better place to be than here at McMinnville. And I think that really adds to the character of the community. And so if someone were to say, what the heck's McMinnville got going for it, that'd probably be one of the first things I'd tell them.
What's ahead for Phil Hutchinson?
Well, my wife has been retired for a couple of years, and right now we're helping to take care of our granddaughter because both my son-in-law and my daughter go in different directions for work every day and school. But we left to camp. We bought a new travel trailer last year and got out a few times in the fall. And this summer, every weekend that we've looked at, because we didn't plan far enough ahead, are full in all of the great parks that we'd like to go to. And so it might be kind of fun to be able to sneak out in the middle of a week when you're not fighting all of that traffic. So that's one of the things we're looking forward to. And I've half-jokingly told folks over the years that if I ever retired, I might try to find a job in a little hardware store somewhere where when people come in and say, well, I got this problem, and I figure over 66 years, I don't know how to fix them all, but I know a lot of the stuff you don't want to do when you get ready to fix them. So I think that would be kind of fun. I haven't pursued that yet, but it might be something down the road.
Now, interestingly, here's a kind of a sidebar, just a kind of a KLYC history, if you're keeping track of KLYC history. Phil Hutchinson was the very first on-air interview that we did on KLYC when we brought it back on the air.
That's right. I remember that. It was quite exciting to see you folks come in and take over the station and to see the developments and the growth that you've had just in the short time that you've had it. I think it's thrilling. And congratulations to you both for the success there at KLYC.
Well, thank you very much. And the Chamber's been a part of it. It's a great community. We've kind of fallen in love with it. Not kind of. We have fallen in love with it. I mentioned this morning, or I mentioned the other morning on the morning show, that I'm will get in trouble with my friends back in Albany, Lebanon, Corvallis area, but I went there to cover a Veterans Day parade. So I went there, came back, and quite frankly, I'd rather be in McMinnville.
Good for you. Well, I don't want to not say how honored I am that you've selected me to be one of your What do you say?
It's your day. It's your day.
Hey, all right. I appreciate that. It's going to be fun.
So today is Phil Hutchinson Day on KLYC AM 1260 in honor of Phil and his 6 years of serving the chamber.
Thank you, Dave, and thanks to everyone out there for all the support over the years.